I just want to share with you today 3 things that I used to despise about the Catholic Church when I was a Protestant pastor. Grew up in a Catholic Church, left when I was 16, went on a wild journey, and had a radical encounter with Christ again in my late 20s, early 30s, which led me into the evangelical world. I eventually became a pastor of a church for 9 years, and I was a travelling itinerant evangelist for 3 years after that. But I was on a journey back to my Catholic faith, which started years and years ago, which I tried to run from, tried to hide from, tried to sort of keep suppressed. I would study, I would read, I would look into stuff about Catholicism, and then I would get frightened a bit because I'd start to see things that I would change in my mind on certain things, and I would put it to bed, if you like, for a while, and then the Holy Spirit wouldn't let it go, so it would come up again, and I would look into things again. This was all like secretly, if you like, although my wife knew about it, but nobody else knew about it. But while I was before my real pull back to my Catholic faith really took root, I used to preach against Catholicism. I used to preach against the Catholic Church, and some of the things that I picked on mainly that were my biggest sort of dislikes about the Catholic faith were the need for a pope, confession to a priest, and what the Catholics believed about Holy Communion, what the Catholics believed about the Eucharist. These things really, cameras getting blown all over the place here, these things really used to be something that I was really against, and I used to preach about them, how they were nonsense, along with lots of other Catholic teachings. I would have said, the Catholics are bound up in this kind of ritualistic, kind of legalistic, almost demonic power over them, that they'd been lied to, that they had never heard the full gospel, all this absolute nonsense that I'd been kind of trained, if you like, into believing in that world, not with any evil intent, not with any wicked intent. It's just that's what the majority of the Protestant world feels about Catholicism, that it's not of God. Many of them, although some will disagree with this and they believe that Catholics are real believers, they are genuine followers of Christ, that they are saved. There are many also